Joes and everybody, welcome to episode 50, the big 50 of Shootin' the Shibby. I'm Spencer.
Hey, I'm Bob.
And I'm Brian.
And we're here to be your hump day entertainment. So, speaking of other podcasts, I was listening to the Joe Rogan one because I saw there's been this meme of Alex Jones going around everywhere, and it's just a caption of him saying, "Yeah, I'm a little retarded." And I guess poor taste of a meme, but I had to listen for the moment. So I'm about an hour and a half into his podcast, and I have to say, it is a trip. It actually started off with me almost feeling bad for Mr. Jones, just because it started off, the first thing they addressed was the Sandy Hook thing. So if somehow you've never been on the internet before, Alex Jones is a conspiracy theorist. He runs InfoWars. He is friends with with Trump and stuff and whatnot. And long story short, in his early days, he denied Sandy Hook actually happening, and then later rescinded that. So he went on. I mean, dude, he went off on this subject. Like, Joe, it was almost like, did you ever see the video of Weed debating crystal meth? That's what this podcast has been so far. Joe Rogan's just like, yeah, man, no, dude, I know, I get that, but maybe I don't. And then Alex Jones is just like, and the government is trying to come after me, but no, it's actually not that way at all. And I didn't know how much power I had when I was able to. I'm sorry, I'm ranting. And I'm sorry, I'm ranting.
You ever see
that's been the entire thing so far.
You ever seen a compilation of Alex Jones being like, I'm sorry, I'm getting like this. I'm sorry, I'm getting heated.
But it's just like, after listening to him, I used to think of him as the meme, but now I listen to him and I almost felt bad because he's like, he's
insane. He's legitimately insane.
Yeah. But he sounds
bonkers.
It's one of those things where his insanity is so deep that you could hear it in his voice and how he means so well. Like, he thinks he's really doing the world a favor by trying to out all these things that happen. And the best, or I don't know if it's the best or the worst part, but you just know that one thing that he's talking about is totally, definitely true, but because of him being who he is. And it's almost like Alex Jones is there, and it's almost like Joe Rogan's there to talk him down from his outrage moments, because the issue with Alex Jones, one of the many, is that he exaggerates everything. He just exaggerates everything.
That's him.
It's like a right-wing BuzzFeed. It's just oh my god.
Yeah, he's the right wing political news site for wackos.
Right.
Pretty much like any BuzzFeed now this.
Exactly.
Whatever,
and so I'm just listening through, I just have to say it's the biggest roller coaster I've ever listened to in my entire life. It's fantastic because Joe Rogan is, I don't even know if Joe Rogan is really that chill of a person, but next to Alex Jones, holy crap.
Well, yeah, next to him, anyone could seem like the chillest person in the world when you put an huge extreme next to literally anything else.
I suppose, but then I leave this question with you gents then, because at what point can someone say I'm sorry and then they are forgiven, or is there a point of no return?
For some people, there's no coming back from anything you're doing, because we live in a culture where they call it cancel culture now, where anything you say from 10 plus years ago can come back to get you.
Right, but I'm just saying from you to personal point. Well, let me give a different example. So in the automotive world, there is a wheel company called WCI, Water Cooled Industries. And apparently, I think it was, if it wasn't the person that owned WCI, it was someone high up in WCI. And they attacked somebody with WCI's official Instagram, because this one guy was talking poorly to his wife, and this one guy was in the wrong, happened to be black, and through WCI's official Instagram, he was screaming at him and called him the N-word. He sent him a chat like that. Just imagine a wheel company sending you a chat and calling you the N-word, and it exploded. But it's gotten to the point that what's it called? That someone will buy a set of WCI wheels, and us car people, we like to show off our cars, so we post it on Facebook, and you see this and that. And almost every time a set of WCI wheels is posted, you see screenshots of the Instagram photo. And then there's a website called Jalopnik that did a whole entire article about how with the racism and how it attacked these wheel, or just how it came back, and like obviously the guy backpedaled on it and said like I'm sorry, I got mad, I said the N-word, but
I'm gonna say the end.
and to my surprise, there's a lot of people that are like, dude, just shut up. It's a wheel company. It's not a political thing. I was like, I personally stand on the point where I don't think anyone that owns WCI wheels are racist. I think that would be just complete insane point to make.
Boycott wheels.
I mean, I personally would never run them, given my car is on painted steely, so it's not like I'm really supporting any wheel companies. But like,
No, but those Steelers are supporting your car.
that they are, and they're doing a damn good job. Damn good, Steely gang. But yeah. So my question to you, gents, is like, at what point is something just irreversible? Like, do you think people should just shut the hell up over WCI? Because I mean, I think this happened maybe a year and a half ago.
I mean, I'm sure people are gonna. I bet you everyone forgot about that by now, because we're in a point in time where somebody can.
I like this couch, by the way.
People just like forget instantly on
How you
shit
doing?
that happens. How you doing?
You having a good time?
I am. Now
Yeah?
that you're here.
Oh, hi, Bob.
You can make it a better time. Bob, talk for a little bit. We're gonna do stuff.
You point the camera that way. Twitch isn't this kind of stream site.
What is it? What is it called? Twitch Stream Daddies?
Stream daddies.
What is it called again?
Well, no. If you are a
Donation
e-girl,
Daddies?
Oh no, it was Twitch. I'm pretty sure it was Twitch Daddy.
Was it
If you're an
Twitch
e-girl, you
daddies?
can have a Twitch Daddy.
Yeah.
So what do we
that's what
have
need.
then?
We need Twitch Daddy.
What should we call? What should we call our Twitch followers, or one day maybe
Well, the
even
Shib
donators?
Knights.
No, shibheads.
The ship
Oh, the
heads.
ship heads?
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
ship
I
heads.
thought we were doing
Shibheads.
shibheads.
Shibheads was the thing. Yes.
Yes.
Shipheads, yes.
Ship heads. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, producer Matt.
Producer Matt for ship heads. Uptrice Productions.
I have to say that being able to have a microphone now and being able to hear my own voice over the
Is it
stream,
not? Is it not weird?
it's extremely disconcerting. Am I this obnoxious all the time? Spencer, I don't want you to answer that because I know what you're going to say.
Hey guys who don't know me, am I obnoxious a lot? Hey guy that knows me, don't say anything. All right, that's cool. It's whatever.
No, you're
All right, well,
fine.
I know you all been asking for this episode.
No, nobody. No, I actually, like, in our earlier podcasting days, I had the same thing where it's just like hearing your own voice was just the weirdest thing. It's like, do I really sound like? Should I be opening my mouth more? My tongue sounds too big for my mouth. Like, I don't know. I had the same thing where I went through it and I had to figure out really how to just get over hearing myself. I don't know.
So in happier news today, I told Spencer about this, but Bob, I want to tell you about it. So in China, China has a huge censorship thing for like everything, like a lot of stuff censored in China, and one of the stuff they censor over there is blood and gore in video games.
Right.
So one of the new games that came out, one of the new hotness is the Resident Evil 2 remake. They remade Resident Evil 2, which I'm looking forward to getting this
Which
Friday.
is totally not bloody or gory
Oh,
or
dude,
anything whatsoever.
There's literally a part.
Lots of ketchup.
There's literally a part of the game where like it's one of the first zombies you find, and you pick up their head, and like the whole side of their mouth is just missing. So like their jaw comes down and their head comes up, but you just see everything spill out, and your character's just like, ugh, because it's like the first time they're really seeing the zombie outbreak.
Can you put your fist in it?
No, you just kind of look at it and then you put it back.
That's no fun.
But like, so of course in China that's going to be a big no. So the way they cut around it, because since Resident Evil is such a like recognizable brand.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. They called the game First Day on the Job at the Police Station, the remake.
Is this still the same game though with the
Yeah,
same
it's
moments?
the same game, but it's called First Day at the Job.
Well, isn't it still outlawed then because it has the same gory moments?
They have
Or
to
they
find,
just don't
they
care?
they'll have to find it.
So actually, it's funny you mentioned that too. Sorry, this might just be a whole Alex Jones podcast, but
No, I don't want to talk about Alex Jones anymore.
no, I'm just going. It was more about how many times I could have said that about your shit.
Great, Alex Jones is crazy.
No, I was
right?
going-
Is you got right? Alex Jones. Is
I was
crazy?
actually going more with It was more of Joe Rogan was talking about Google has an issue in China where they have to conform to China's what's it called, rules and regulations and whatnot.
bullshit.
Yes, they're bullshit. And the reason they are going forward and doing that is they have the fear of China just taking their buy Bluetooth speaker. They have the fear that China is going to just take over their coding and whatnot and just re-upload Chinese Google, except with everything else. So they're just losing the business opportunity to have Google in China, which even in its sort of very heavy regime, it's still a lot of business.
Yeah, and there's also this other crazy thing that's happening in China where they have an app that lets you know where people in debt are around you.
Wait, what?
So there's this app in China that lets you know. So say Bob was in massive debt.
Hey,
Or if you want to
And
make
so-
totally
This-
theoretical.
This app
can out-debt you.
app will let me know, saying like, hey,
Doubt
you know, Bob next to you, he's in debt. So if I see Bob buying expensive stuff while he's in debt, I can report that to the government.
What the
And
hell?
I
No,
get
it gets-
bonuses
Shit,
for
I just bought a car.
It
for
gets-
train rides, bus rides. It's basically a snitch system so that you can get benefits. So you have to purposely shit on other people to get benefits for yourself. It's the most
So
that
snitches don't get
system-
stitches, snitches get perks.
That system actually goes deeper
Cool.
because it's not just being in debt, but from the early concept of it is if you put out posts that are not deemed suitable by the government, that will lower your score too. And if you associate with those people who have lower scores, that affects your score too. So basically, it's an institutionalized way of isolating yourselves from the dissidents.
Shiza.
was that 1987?
1984.
1984.
Yeah.
But
The
it's-
George Orwell?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm
yeah.
thinking of. Yeah.
I read the
that's-
first 10 pages of that book.
It's it's some next level crazy.
It's my favorite handbook.
China's just I can't.
But is this credit, their credit score? Just for some reason, if
It's
someone in
basically
China...
their social credit score.
Yeah, it works in a similar way, but on a social level.
So, if I want a job, they'll check my social credit score
Yeah,
to see how
exactly.
I'm doing. Wow.
Actually, yeah. They
Oh,
will.
If
man,
you
what
want
the
a
hell
good
would my
job,
social
you
score
have
be?
to have a good social score. So you have to basically pucker up to the government and suck as much ass as you can.
I don't share racist memes. Is that a plus or minus in China?
Oh.
I don't know.
Another thing banned.
It depends upon if it's against a minority group or not.
I only share memes against those racist, capitalist, white American males.
Well,
There
also
we go.
China's apparently racist towards Muslims, if I'm recalling.
Damn
that
it, I got the
correctly.
wrong one. There goes my social score.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that's super banned in China is pictures of their leader photoshopped as Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, but he's so cute and adorable and pudgy looking. Oh, he's so
It's
cute.
Him
looking
leader
like
or
Winnie
Winnie
the Pooh
the
is
Pooh?
banned.
He needs
all over
Piglet
the-
and his chiefs
Yes.
of
Yes.
staff.
Can we also get an opening
great.
with him with Semi-Charmed Life? Doot, 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 doot.
That'd be great.
Oh,
We'll never
just
be
like they
allowed in
did for the
China.
Winnie the Pooh movie, even though that song's about, meth.
That song is about drugs,
Like a
sex,
meth orgy,
sex
right?
with loose women. Because there's
So pretty
the
much
sky-
everything
the
that
sky
happens
was
in-
gold. I was taking hips up through my nose, and I wish I can get back there, someplace back there. And then there's a line where it says those little red panties, they passed the test. So I put another belly face down on the mattress.
I do lots
This
of
was in Winnie the
drugs.
Pooh.
Well, in 100 Acre Woods with Christopher Robinson. Yeah.
We
Robin.
talk Rob. It's
I needed
Christopher
more
Robin.
syllables. Leave me alone.
Christopher Robin's world.
I got Mrs. Robinson and Christopher Robin mixed together. Okay, leave.
Christopher Jack.
Cuckoo Christopher Robinson.
But no, we talked about this all the time. But I just love the idea of songs without metaphors. It's great.
Yes.
The college humor bit that we always talk about, where the guy's listening to the radio and they're like, "And now, welcome to our new segment of songs without metaphors." And it's Google Doll's Slide, and it's just how he wants to have an abortion. It's Semi-Charmed Life, and it's just like, "I do drugs, I do lots of drugs, I do drugs." It changes.
Didn't they
it.
also do one for freshmen too? We were merely freshmen, or was that the abortion one?
No,
I forget.
no. Then they do Madonna's "Like a Prayer," and it just says, "I want to give you head."
Oh my! I always forget that one's about
In the
head.
midnight hour, I can feel your power, just like a prayer. You'll know I'll take you there.
Dude, that's how you know you've made it. When you can get
Okay.
giving a blowjob put on mainstream music.
Flow Rider released
my
a
whistle,
song
baby,
called
whistle,
Whistle,
baby.
and like at least like Madonna's, yeah, it can kind of go over your head because you're like just like a prayer or whatever. But no, Flow Rider literally wrote a song called "Can You Blow My Whistle, Baby? Whistle, baby, let me know." I could show you how to do it. You put your lips together and you come real close. Can you blow my whistle,
that's the
baby?
lyrics to the song?
Here we go. That was on mainstream media. There were sucker moms in their minivans singing that with their kids in the car.
I think that was a
I
Kids
mean-
Bop song too.
I'm pretty sure it almost was. California Girls was a Kids Bop song.
And in all fairness, if they are Central Jersey soccer moms, that might actually be a relevant song. So,
Yeah.
If they're Manalapan moms.
I mean, I didn't say it.
Shout out to Marlboro.
Shout out to pretty much everything in Central Jersey. Don't at me. I used to live
God.
there.
Oh, Manalapan.
Right? Well, wasn't one of the New Jersey housewives from Manalapan or Marlboro or something like
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
them were. I forgot who, but I don't know any of them, so I should say who.
Me neither. I watch real television like Rick and Morty.
I also think a couple
Wow,
of the,
you must have a really high IQ to watch that.
I know.
I also think a couple of the Jersey Shore people were from Manalapan also.
There
But then
was-
again,
okay.
Manalapan is like transplanted Staten Island.
Can I just say some of my favorite things about Jersey Shore is all the people who are like, they're not even Italian. Do you think they care?
No,
Do you
that's
think
the whole
anyone
point.
Do you even know what a
cares?
gabagool is? Come on.
I had my freshman year roommate was Jewish, and he called himself a Guido
Oh, no.
because he wanted to fit into the Guido persona, but he wasn't Italian. He was Jewish, and he called himself a Guido.
Wait, he was Italian and Jewish?
No, he was not Italian, but he was Jewish.
I thought you said Italian Jewish, Mike, so he's a pizza bagel.
No. Oh, come on. You've never heard that one. Really?
I got producer Matt with that one.
I thought
No,
you-
I've never heard that one before.
Oh, it's
but
great.
it's
Bullshit.
It's
You live in
fucking
Central
perfect.
Jersey.
It's
Look,
so good.
I'm
Manalapan
sorry.
is a giant pizza bagel. I was a minority of Manalapan. I'm not Jewish and I'm not Italian. That's right.
Tell me about how you're a victim.
Yeah, listen to my TED Talk.
23andMe. Find out how much of a victim you are today.
How to be oppressed in Central
right.
Jersey. Welcome to my TED Talk.
My mom used to tell me that I was part Lenny Lenape until my dad was just like, her family's from like North Europe. Where are you getting Lenny Lenape from? It's a Native American, you uncultured swine.
Sorry, I don't know all the Native American tribes.
That was oddly
Lenny
one
Lenape,
thing New Jersey
Comanche.
schools were just like, hey, you need to know this because this is super important.
Well, the Appalachian
I
Trail
also
is
went
like
to
right
school
over
in New York, so
right. The Appalachian Trail is like that way. I think.
Yes.
Few hours.
A few houses down that way.
that way. I don't know.
Well, it's
it's
not-
Jersey. It's one of the exits. Yuck, 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 yuck.
Well, that way's the ocean.
Which one?
So that way's the Appalachian Trail. Perfect.
See?
And that way goes right up your
Yuck, yuck, yuck was a favorite part of the Declaration of Independence, by the way. Came straight from our forefathers.
I think that was actually
I can
a
see Ben Franklin
an
leaning
amendment
over.
by
Yuck,
Nick
yuck,
Cage.
yuck,
Ben
yuck,
Franklin was a party animal. That dude.
I know, that guy was
dude
the-
got
Banging
drunk
those French broads, my hero.
Ben
Like-
Franklin is the boy.
It's wild to like when you start to learn what the forefathers or like founding fathers actually did, and just Ben Franklin was just one giant party
Didn't
animal.
Ben Franklin have like syphilis or something?
Probably.
He had
would
some
say
STD.
He had so
And they
many
also
like
brought it up
orgies.
in the office.
I'm
so-
sure he had something.
Well, I get most of my history lessons from the office, so
That's probably the best place to get them. Completely unbiased. But no, it's like when you read through the textbook, or actually even so back when I used to go to church, I had the children's Bible. And so like
Yep.
it was just the
Yep.
best to read through it. I mean, as
Oh,
a
it's
kid,
magical.
as
It's
a
the
kid,
best.
you just had it as the children's Bible. But then like if you think about it as an adult, I found it one day and I forget. I was like, how did they go through like the plagues and like the death of Jesus and like and then they pretty much didn't. They just precisely.
Jesus made Christmas and put snowflakes on coffee cups.
Snowflakes. Jesus
then-
made the liberals.
And then they took off Christmas off the coffee cups and declared war on Christmas.
I'm
you know maybe that's why we have so many snowflakes now because we removed them all from the coffee cups.
I'm happy to call myself a veteran. I fought through the war on Christmas.
I want
first meme
so
war.
bad to be in like history textbooks. All the stupid crap we had to go through of just stupid like the war on Christmas, the war on blah blah blah, and then we're just like our kids come up to you and like daddy, or well not in Bob's case because he doesn't want kids.
Also,
but,
I'm sure it just
Uncle
looked like I was
Bob,
staring
Uncle
at.
Bob, how did you live through the war on Christmas? And you're just like, I don't care.
I am genuinely.
Which one?
I am genuinely curious to see how textbooks write this time period, just because there's
just a few blank pages. It just says, just skip it, please.
there's just so much going on at the time. You can't like. I don't know how to say it.
You know,
there's
I'm
so
actually
much going
curious
on.
too because there's literally so much going on. I wonder what stuff they decide to keep, what stuff they're gonna like leave out.
Well, I mean, just take Donald Trump's presidency. No matter where you lean on it, how are they going to describe his presidency without either loving or hating him?
It's its own chapter.
Oh, it absolutely is.
absolutely.
But how are they going to
each
describe
year of his presidency is its own chapter in the book?
And Donald Trump showed that all you have to do to win political debates is to scream louder and say fake news and wrong.
Well, that's how you win
Wrong.
every single fight. Just be
Wrong.
louder than the next person.
Actually, not to go back to Alex Jones or nothing. Prime, you know how we used to have
I'm
the
going to be
issue?
louder than you and take out the Alex Jones segment.
Actually, you just did the Alex Jones segment. If I was Joe
Listen.
Rogan, you were Alex Jones.
Great.
If it
Moving
wasn't for
on.
Alex Jones, I wouldn't know who turned the friggin' frogs gay.
That's
okay?
true. That's
Exactly.
We
true.
need to do something about those gay chemicals.
He may be wrong about everything else, but at least now we know that the frogs are no longer being gay because we listened to Alex Jones and stopped putting those chemicals in the water.
Just listen to him, man. He's so passionate about being
Yes!
so wrong.
That's any Alex Jones thing ever. He's so passionate about being wrong.
No, but this one, he just sounds like sad. He sounds so concerned
It's
and
because
sad.
he's not in charge of it that time. So he was. I'm sure that's how he is most of the time on his own show. But they edit it so you don't get the sad bits.
You just don't understand him, man. Okay.
Jesus Christ. So
He's too deep for
I was trying to stream the other day, and I realized something that I also kind of knew, but I also forgot. So the other day I was streaming on Monday. I was playing
Right.
Star Fox 64.
Star Fox temperatures.
I kind of forgot how hard Star Wolf is on that Venom 2 fight.
You were not doing as great as I was thinking you were going to do.
No, because see,
Dude, I
I
feel you.
blew through the rest of I blew through the entire game, no problem.
Yeah, you
Like
did.
I never had to restart on. I had to restart on Zonus because I took down all the light posts. I didn't have to restart in Sector Y because I took out enough that Falco didn't tell me that I was a little bitch boy.
Right.
Like I got through the entire game fine. As soon as I get to Star Wolf, I was down Slippy. Slippy died in Sector 6. So I was down Slippy, and Peppy was at half health, and I had only the single shooter because I lost a wing in the Zonus fight.
Saw that.
I also remember, I think it was the New Year's into 2016, that faithful year. I was playing Star Fox at your place, and I was many beers in, but I was doing good. I was on the actual Andros, like the final Andros, the secret way. I did not die once yet. And he got me. He killed me. I got so pissed. I told myself, it's like, you know what? If I could beat Star Wars this year, it's gonna be or Star Wars. If I could beat Star Fox this year, it's gonna be a really great year. I got this. And I was so drunkenly motivated, and I kept on playing. And Andros killed me, and I raged, and I just shut the game off. And then we all know how 2016 went. It started off with me getting kicked out of my friend's house. Then and
I'm not going through my life story.
that's
from
fine.
2016.
It ended with my ex leaving me.
2016 was not a good year.
I lived at my firehouse for 2 months. That was great. I just made myself sad.
You want to trade?
Thanks, friend. Just a nice swig of fresh Russian water, Laird's. Oh, that.
Fresh Russian water.
Oh, God.
Charcoal filtered vodka.
Is it actually called Russian water?
Only the
No,
best.
dude. They're from New Jersey. What if we can get Laird's to sponsor us, man? Where the hell is Scobeyville?
Scooby
It's a
Doo.
part of They're in Cold Snack. Yo, Laird's.
537 going out towards St. Falls.
I feel like there'd be no better sponsor for our podcast than Plastic Bottle Vodka.
Yeah, it just kind of screams May.
It's really the perfect Shibby Shack.
To be fair,
Sponsor.
most of the time when I pick up vodka, it's Laird's. So, Laird's, if you're watching, or if you know somebody who works for
Put
Laird's,
the camera on me. We'll do a test. Let me know when.
please hold on.
Make producer Matty stuff.
On camera. All right, you're live.
Laird's, when I need a refreshing swig, I go for one of these.
Please pay us.
Wow.
Oh God!
Can you do that in any less of a manly tone? I want a
Laird's.
clip of that. You know what that reminds me of? You ever see that?
Hey, if you
Laird's.
pull video from this, I will definitely turn that into a clip. Just at the end of the show, give it to me.
Hey, you ever see that Vine of the
That's
kid
how
who's
we're gonna
just like,
advertise
"What are
from
we
now
doing?" And he has the
Can I have my Laird's back?
it's the guy who has the bottle
delete?
of liquor, and he's just like,
That
"We're
one more.
doing this down the hatch," and he takes like a sip of it, and as soon as it hits his tongue, he's like,
It's just like
Sounds like a little
Laird's.
Vine.
It really.
Let me take a swig.
If
Yeah,
I
let me
Here
could,
you go. Here,
I'll do-
here, we're watching the,
All right.
the replay
We're-
right now.
While do that, you can put the camera on me. I'm gonna do my rendition.
I was regretting.
I'm not. I see. I'm
I was
gonna do a
regretting
little
pulling
bit.
this out because
I'll buy
I knew
you
all
a
of y'all were
$4
gonna
bottle of vodka. Jesus.
So, all right,
Oh, you know I'm
Laird's,
expensive,
Great
bitch.
content.
Laird's. All
Great
right.
content.
When is it on me now?
Stand by.
Stand by. Okay, Laird's. When I want vodka, it's Laird's.
That was a full shot. You puss.
I got it in me.
Wow, proud of you.
That's
Wait,
what
what'd
she
you say?
said.
He got about an inch in him.
Tip counts.
Look, it's not that bad if you're not a little bitch.
Laird's, when getting kicked in the dick isn't worse enough.
When life's kicking you in the dick, Laird's tastes like nothing.
It doesn't taste good.
want some? Oh, it's
I'm good.
Oh my God,
Oh, that's a bad aftertaste.
Laird's, when
You know what? Never mind. Laird's don't sponsor us. I just shit on you.
Laird's, when you want to taste 5W40 synthetic motor oil.
Yeah, we
Laird's.
just shit on them. We just shit on them some love. Please.
I'm
Give
really,
us money.
I would really be curious.
Give us
though.
money. We'll take back our shit.
How serious do you think? Like, do you think we would go to the distillery and they'd be like, "Here at Laird's, we strive for perfection in our vodka."
No, they know,
we'll
no,
walk in,
they
they'll be
know-
like,
they
"This
know
is where
they
we make
stand
it."
on this.
Exactly.
They know where they
Fuck,
stand
what do
on
you
this.
want?
But did you know that Laird's was actually the first licensed distillery in the entire country?
What the hell happened?
The founder served in the Continental Army, and when he came up with Applejack, I'm figuring somebody in the comments will probably try to prove me wrong because thank you, Internet.
I'm
But
sorry,
supposedly
Applejack's
the
like
founder,
what?
The founder
Applejack.
of
It's
Laird's.
like a bourbon whiskey.
So it's
something
not
or
a
other.
breakfast cereal. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, when the cinnamon and the apple
But
got
the founder-
together to create whiskey,
The
he
founder,
jumped in. He said, "Tasty with cinnamon."
And that's how Fireball was
And then he
made.
jumped in and said, "An apple too." And then Fireball
I should
was
probably
there.
get onto a wide
And
shot.
then
There we go.
what's his face?
But anyway,
Pitbull was just like, yeah,
to finish with my
Fireball.
story, Laird's was actually the first licensed distillery in the company because the founder served in the Continental Army. George Washington really liked the Applejack, and it was just like when Congress came together and they were putting out licenses for distilleries, he's like, "Yo, here you go."
They actually
over the
drank
course of-
Laird's when they signed the Constitution.
And then
I
over the
just
course of
fucking imagine
250 years, they just kind of
George Washington
dropped off
likes
the fucking
Applejack.
cliff.
George Washington likes Applejack. I just imagine him like, General Washington, the British are coming over the hills. What should we do? And he's just like,
Do you want apple loose or Jack loose?
after my cereal. Sir, they're coming over the hill. Excuse you, I ain't had my Applejacks yet. And then he's just like, it's just next to him's an
After
apple.
my Cheerios, children.
It's like next to him's an apple, and he's just like, "You gonna eat that too?" He's like, "I don't like apples." He slaps it off the table.
Yes, get out of here.
The British come and they all have like, I don't know, cinnamon toast crunch.
Actually, is
And
Shane-
Washington's
They got
just like,
cornflakes,
you son
Special
of a
K.
bitch.
Is Shane still here? 'Cause
We got Fruit Loops. They got Special K. It's healthy against the better.
I don't know, colored squares that'll taste, colored circles that'll taste the same.
So my little brother and I went to go
That's
visit my
racist.
dad, and the one bar that we were at was kind of, they were just going out of business. They were bought out and it's being renovated. But the last night we were there, they were like, "All right, what do you guys want? A shot of anything?" And I'm just like, "Oh, I don't know." And my brother's just like, "What kind of what's your lowest tier vodka you have?" And they pull out like a glass of something. He looks down. He's like, "No, what's in that plastic bottle?" And he's just like, I mean, it's a bottle of Bankers. I'm not even going to charge you for this. He's like, I'll take one, please. And I was like, I'll have Bankers. And the entire night, we would just, if Shane and I ever locked eyes, we'd just be like, Bankers, Bankers, Bankers. And then look right at the bartender, Bankers.
The bartender's like, hey, stupid kids.
Pretty much. My dad was just like, I don't know them.
You're just like,
Jesus.
you could have gotten a free shot of something nice. But see, here's what you do.
See, that's what they want you to think. They want you to go for the good stuff.
Do the free shot of the good stuff, and then just do Bankers after.
We just kept on doing Bankers. That was a very weird night.
You can have $1 million, or it could shoot you in the foot. Shoot me in the foot. Shoot me in the foot.
Right. Keep the money.
You keep the money.
Oh, you. No, you keep the money.
So
Pop at the
How
kitty.
you doing over there, man?
I'm just hanging out, Just
Do you enjoy that chair?
myself.
Do you enjoy that chair? Like, I wanted you to have. I know that you're our technical guy, so you got all your stuff going on.
Bob, you're not interesting at all. You're the technical guy, so
You know there's
we
a
put you off
footrest
to
on
the
that chair, right?
side.
Oh yeah. Do you know that chair reclines, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Take a more out of the podcast, why don't you?
Just Bob, go to sleep. Just have a seat, Bob.
So long as he can come by, set up sound before he passes out, I'm perfectly fine with that.
I can't wait for next week's intro. Welcome to Shibby Shack. I'm Spencer. And I'm Brian.
So how was your day, Bob? We've been talking too much. I'm sorry. Did you want to talk about Alex Jones?
Bob, anything, please.
Hi.
Great.
Tell us.
Great.
Tell
I'm
us how
sitting
this
here
works.
Sitting here defending you. Oh, he's a great addition
Hell
to
if
the
I know.
podcast. Don't demote him just to engineering guy. Finally, Bob, your moment to shine. Hi.
That's all right. That's like me in D&D. I use bardic inspiration, and then the DM is just like, okay, how do you inspire? And I'm just like, I have to think of things. And then I just started patting the guy in the back because I was put in the spotlight, and
My
I pretty
character's
much
dead.
I metaphorically pooped myself, and I didn't do anything but pat him on the back.
So
Best inspiration.
Metaphorically.
So essentially,
And figuratively.
Spencer has the ability to inspire people to make their abilities better. But in D&D, you have to act out everything.
I forgot that part.
So Spencer had to act out inspiring someone, and based upon his inspirational speech, would be if he gets like a really high roll to inspire, a regular, or a low roll. He got 2 low rolls.
Actually, I was supposed to be able to roll the high ones no matter what. The DM just thought my inspiration was that shitty that he forced me to roll
Yeah,
lower.
he forced you to roll low because you couldn't. Your inspiration was, you can do it, and the second one was, I believe in you.
I was shitting my pants, dude. I was still trying to figure out the combat
All
system
you have
in
to
that
do
game.
is simply just go, "Hey, you can do it! You can do it!" Just something.
My
Just
mind
sound
wasn't.
some
My
sort
mind
of
wasn't in it,
energy.
man. My mind wasn't in it. You see how Bob looked after we finally got done figuring out the phone call thing, even though no one's probably going to call the phones. That's how I felt that night. I was just so fucking
Oh
burnt.
yeah, feel
by
free
thinking
to
about
call
the
into the podcast of number that I don't remember because it's not up on the screen because I still haven't sent the thing over.
game.
Bob, why don't you tell him that
Ah,
number?
shit. We should put that in the description of the Twitch.
Probably should. Maybe.
Dang it.
We'll work on that.
320-318-SHIB is the number.
320-318-SHIB.
Yep. 7442. That's
Feel free
the
to call
number.
in. I got my phone right here. You wanna
I'm just
give us-
gonna give a text to our friend over at Kyle. Let's see if he calls.
Did he
in.
try to call you yet?
Nope. But just in
Drunk Uncle
case,
Kyle.
I'm just sending him a quick text. Maybe we'll get a surprise call.
So I was doing something today at work because I was just bored at one point, and I was like, "Oh, let me try to do this." So it could be a game, movie, TV show, whatever, but try to, as simple as you can, explain something super complicated.
Like the plot to a TV show, or just anything in general.
Like something in media in general.
You plug this thing into the headphone jack and the phone call will work.
Let's talk about reality for a little bit, not fantasy. Thank you very much.
Because I don't know, I was sitting at work, and I guess, for example,
What's the phone number?
320-318-SHIB.
320-318. And
Shib.
for those stupid people,
7442.
7442. Thanks.
So, take the game that I played, Persona 5. The best way I can explain it to someone is say Inception meets Pokemon.
Where do you get Pokemon at Persona?
The personas.
You got to catch them all.
Actually, yes, you have to get them all to complete the compendium.
But isn't what now?
The Persona compendium.
What the fuck is a compendium?
It's the list of all the personas that are in the game.
Why don't they just call it the list of personas?
Because it's called the compendium.
I didn't ask what
compendium's a fun word.
I guess. Is that a normal word in the English language? Did I just not
Yes.
learn that one?
Yeah.
All right.
That's why instead of
things.
friends, they call them confidants.
Oh, please. That's just like speaking either in like Old English or what was the two different people that took over England? Why there's like Old English and why there's Wales. Like it's like the difference between having a seat and sitting in a... Well, clearly I got the old one, but...
Well, we're still trying to argue over America and the UK with spelling color with a U or not.
Honestly...
Can I just point out also, we are not America, we are the United States of America.
And
America
also-
is the entire continent.
The colonel in the army spelled...
I'll have you know I speak American.
Speaking of, we have a phone caller coming in.
Speaking of, it's
the
Persona
official
sound.
theme of
Yes.
the Shibby Shack hotline.
Shibby Shack hotline.
Hello,
Hello,
friend.
you're on the Shibby Shack.
What's going on, gentlemen? I can't talk for long. I'm in the middle of a let's say it rhymes with ochre tournament.
You're playing solitaire?
You're in a porn
Yeah.
fight?
No, playing a friendly game of poker with my buddies, but I don't want to make you guys feel any less important. So what's going on? What are you guys talking about?
I was trying to get the guys to I was telling them, like, all right, find something that's super complicated and try to explain it in the simplest way possible.
It go voom and
You got a new
turns.
studio, and now you go philosophical on us. Jesus.
Indeed.
Well, I was trying to do anything to get Spencer off. Stop talking about Alex Jones.
Did someone say Alex Jones?
Stop.
They walk into the studio. Brian's smoking a pipe with a fucking monocle on, looking up like, what is rain?
Can I have a didgeridoo in the corner and just be like...
Look, it's my second week and I'm still trying to wrangle them.
Oh, Kyle, that's our new producer, Matt. Matt, say hi to
Matt.
Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Kyle's on the Full Slice podcast.
Hey.
That's another good one.
They made the mistake of giving
Yep.
me a microphone.
iTunes, SoundCloud, and everything like that. Bob, I have to tell you, man, I heard you on the radio. You impressed me very much.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I heard your voice, and I was like, hey, that guy has the same exact name as Bob.
I know him.
If it looks like a horse and sounds like a horse, you just keep thinking donkey.
Oh, my God, Brian, you're awful. What are you doing? The philosophical. Oh, my God. He's hitting us with sound bites, guys. What are we doing? You need to be the overnight guy on the same radio station.
I wouldn't pass for that. not a
Hey, I got a question for you guys. When you get gas, like Spencer, your car is the same as mine. We have our gas gauge on the passenger side.
Correct.
Do you think that as a courtesy, you should open the window of the passenger side of the car to give the guy the money, or should he walk around to the driver's side?
Absolutely passenger side.
Passenger side's fine. I don't have an issue with that. In fact, I just got gas today.
I
I
got
don't
gas
like
all the
that.
time.
I think when I worked at a gas station, I was told you walk to the driver. They're the customer. Don't make them be more convenienced than you, or don't be more convenienced than the customer. I just got I got gas at this gas station in a town in Jersey. I won't say which one it is because it's the only gas station there, and the guy will know if he ever hears this, God forbid. You know your numbers are up these days.
Dude, we're at like 5 right now. 5
that's
live
good.
viewers.
So
Yeah.
this guy walks up to the passenger side of my car and hits his fingers on the window. Keep in mind, this guy was like 7 feet tall, like 500 pounds. He looked like something that should be in a gift shop in like a Beijing airport. And
That's
he fucking
gigantic.
banged on my window.
It's oddly specific.
That's the guy from Breaking Bad who laid on the money.
He looks like a statue. That should be in a Yakuza garden. You know what I mean?
So do you want like the good old days where like you came into the gas station, you'd hear a bell ding, and some guy with a nice hat would come out. Howdy, sir. How would you like today? And someone else comes out and like cleans your windshield, wipes your
I can
wheels
change
off,
your oil if
gives
you
you a
like.
hand job. Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, not a guy that looks like a Hong Kong casino bouncer.
I have to say, though, it is kind of surprising that I still get that type of service these days when I get my windshield washed and get a hand job from the service guy. So,
That's how,
you know, at
that's
least
how
there are
they shake
people-
hands.
All right, so the real question is, do you have to roll down the passenger or the driver's side window to get the hand job?
I personally just put my penis at the passenger.
Depends upon the dominant hand, I guess.
I hate when I close my window on the tip.
Oh boy, there goes my scrotum.
Auto circumcised, I guess.
You look behind you, and the car's windshield wipers behind you are going like, "What the fuck is this yellow shit?"
Oh jeez.
Remember,
All right.
Remember when we spun around my the wiper fluid shooter
Yeah, so it
on my
shot forward.
car, so it shot forward.
Yes.
All right, this is the part of the podcast where I'm out. He just said wiper fluid shooter.
I don't know what it's called.
I had a hatchback
wants
too.
to-
Behind in my old car.
The heck
Like,
was that?
I don't know. There was just some audio thing that went nuts in my ear, so I took that off. But yeah, no, I had the wiper fluid.
Put
It would
your
shoot
phone in the
backwards.
dryer.
I don't know what that was.
Hey, listen, I got to roll back to the big blind here. It was nice to talk to you guys. I'm proud of you for the new station. Matt, it was nice to meet you. Bob, I'm proud of you. Brian, stop getting fortune cookies. Spencer.
Sir, always a pleasure.
Rough.
Win big tonight.
Thank you for calling in.
Damn. Rough.
What was all that audio stuff that just did you?
It's a cable.
Okay,
Yeah.
because that was utter ear rape, and I don't know what I just sounded like for the past 3 seconds.
Oh my
that I
god,
was
that reminds
talking.
me. So I have something I want to talk about that's a little messed up.
Oh boy.
Last night I found out there is a game on Steam. It's called Rape Day.
Is this the one with the Native Americans and
No.
the cowboy? No.
No,
Okay.
this one's about you're in I don't know, you're like some sort of building, and your goal is to rape the women there.
Who? They obviously did that just to be edgy. There's no. Why would anyone make that?
The guy who made the game was like, "Well, we could have games about murder and stealing and all this other stuff. Why can't we do this?" And I'm like, "No."
Because when you shoot someone in a video
No,
game,
this
it's
is-
not
no.
like there's no one on. It's not like in Grand Theft Auto, if you pop someone in the head and they fall over, like you're not able to just rape their body afterwards. That just gets it. It makes it too real. If that makes
Because-
any sense.
Yeah, it's,
I don't associate I don't feel the guilt unless it's something like Call of Duty or the one was in Modern Warfare 2 with that the airport scene.
Yeah.
The terrorist
Yeah,
scene,
yeah, that was
where they,
Modern
but that
Warfare
was
2.
because they purposely did it to just, and you were allowed to skip it. That's the whole entire game is just raping people.
Yeah.
Why? Just why? Is that supposed to be like a reverse political statement where we allow children to kill people in games and no, we should have them rape them too? Like
no, I don't know what their goal is with
to be the
this.
supreme edgelord king.
I guess so.
That's
I mean, it's the same thing. Like there was a school shooter game that they tried to do where you could play the role as a student or the school shooter.
there was one after Columbine. Also,
There was one
a
after the VT Tech shooting.
Pumped Up Kicks. Yep.
Well, that's a song.
I know, but I
There's
just
a game too.
I know I got you. But it's just like I don't understand. I mean, how vivid is the game?
I don't know. I've only seen screenshots.
Because that'd be my curiosity. Is like how
Steam hasn't officially approved it.
I'm
yet.
sure they're probably not
Still
going
in
to.
like the pending process.
So
to
if
be
Steam
reviewed.
didn't approve it, how did people find out about it?
Because because Steam has a thing where you can put a game on.
Yeah, it's like the pre-greenlit thing.
What? So like,
And
so
so
you
you-
get a
you- you-
consensus from the crowd.
Actually,
Hey,
yes.
everybody,
pretty
you
much.
can
Actually,
rape
yeah,
women
that's
in this game.
Steam Greenlight.
Now has is there like a checkbox where like yay or nay or something? Because this is
Well,
totally
you put in a
begging for a
review.
this is totally begging for a 4chan takeover. Like this will be the
Don't,
next.
don't give them ideas.
I don't have to, man. If this is happening,
If they're gonna
4chan.
find Shia
Fun
LaBeouf's
fact: there's
flag,
I found out 8chan exists, and
Yeah,
and it makes 4chan look like Baby Boo.
Isn't I thought 8chan was just archives of 4chan.
No, there's a thing called 8chan, and it's like 4chan looks like the most tame place ever. A guy was trying to do a review for a game, like his game was coming out, and he was like, "Oh, I'm for the game. I'm going to do an AMA on 8chan," and
Oh boy.
yeah, no, as you can assume, it did not go well. The people in 8chan basically made up that he's into child porn, and put stuff together that he was into it, and he had to go out and be like, "I'm not into child porn.
It's about
Please.
that cheese pizza.
Please stop. This is not it." And just it was not pretty.
I don't see where people get the humor out of that, though.
It's just people who want to be extreme edgelords, and when you try to be like, "Why are you doing the what? I could do this." Fuck you.
You're freedom of speech. Like, yeah, no, I'm not fighting your right to be able to say it, but that doesn't mean you should.
I feel like a lot of the time when like stuff like this comes up, it's people trying to push the boundary of trying to be as edgy as possible.
But it's not
all
even
about-
edgy. It's just annoying.
But you
It
want to
is,
watch
and
out so you don't
it's-
cut yourself on that edge.
Yeah, well, some people don't grow out of high school. But like, I feel like when games like this, like what? Shit, I hate this cable.
You need to stop with that cable, sir.
I'm trying. I'm trying. But what was the name of the game on Steam before? What was that called again?
Rape Day.
Right. I feel like
That's not even subtle.
I know.
exactly, and that's
I know.
that's my point. It's like I feel like the people who make this shit, they're not trying to be subtle. They're not trying to make some political point. They're just trying to fuck with people and come up with things.
Well, yeah, that's why they made it about rape.
Yeah.
It's fucking people.
I'm pretty sure. I vaguely remember, like back in like the early 2000s, that there was something similar to the effect of like the invasion of Iraq, where they were making games where all you do is just kill civilian children. I may be wrong,
That's
but there was
dicey,
something to the
but
effect existing at that point.
The game, I remember games back in the. Actually, there was a game for the Atari 5200, I believe.
was that the one where you? That was the one where you.
That was Custer's Revenge, where
Oh, yeah.
where the goal is you're General Custer and you just
And you're
rape,
naked and
Native
raping
American
people.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a bit. Put the mic back in. There we
just,
go.
just kill his mic.
Yeah,
kill
just
his
kill.
mic. But no, there was there was a game that released on the Atari. I think it was the 5200. I don't remember if 52 or the 2600.
Right.
But yeah, it was called Custer's Revenge, and you were General Custer, who was famously known
Yes, it
for
was.
getting just massacred at a battle against what? Bended knee. Yeah, he lost that, and then they just made a game about him raping a woman.
I'm gonna go.
I mean, it's I'm sorry, it's like pixelated.
Yeah, I was about to say
blobs,
it's
like
8-bit or-
Like yeah, it's not even 8-bit. It's like 2-bit.
it's one giant bit.
It's like
Which doesn't make it
it's like-
better.
yeah, no, it does not at all. But it's like 4 squares putting a smaller version of 4 squares into another big
Right. Well, you
version
could
of 4 squares.
and you can disassociate the human factor of it. Just the fact that it doesn't.
Somebody
even look,
wanted to do that.
The only thing I remember seeing game footage of that, and the only thing that I noticed was you could see his little. I think it's like 3-pixel dick bouncing
Yeah.
up and down as you play.
Yeah, no,
it was the
it was so
weirdest
stupid.
fucking thing.
Actually, no. I think the weird part about it was the cover art of the game was a cartoony cowboy and a very realistic Native American woman, which was really weird. Yeah, it was like. I mean, granted, the entire concept of the game was wrong and weird, but then the cover art was like a cartoony-looking cowboy who was like this tall, and then a very realistic woman who was like double the size of the guy. It's like, why?
Now, was there a vetting process back then, or
I
like
don't-
how did? Because just think
This-
about
this,
it.
This was like early
If you
days.
think about the early days with Steam and whatnot, or I'm not the early. I'm sorry, I said that backwards. Like nowadays, with the digital age, anybody can upload whatever they want. But back in the day, that means that they had to find some way to produce the game, make it into it was cartridges, right?
Yeah, it was cartridge.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No,
Because
but
the
still,
ESRB wasn't made until Mortal Kombat.
This is very
Yeah.
true. But still,
Just cut the mic. It's
sorry,
just not working.
Sorry, producer Matt, you got the stick to producing.
I'll try to relay what you.
But no, what I'm getting at is still there was one company out there that saw this game and was just like, yes, I want to make that. I want to produce that game, and I want kids to play it because that's all who plays these systems now.
They probably saw the controversy first. I was just like, controversy always sells. The same way that sex sells and the way that violence.
Yeah, but this was 60s or 70s?
No, this
80s?
was late 70s, early 80s.
Right.
I'd say. It was
Controversy
I
didn't
don't
sell like
remember,
that. I mean, I guess
This was probably very early 80s.
this. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was early 80s because it was the Atari. Because I think it actually might have been the 20. It might have been the 20. I remember it was 2650, 200 because I know ET came out for. Did ET? Oh God, what did ET come out for? The Atari 26.
ET came
Yeah,
out for
Atari
no reason.
2600.
It was 26.
Revenge came out in 1982.
1982.
82.
All right, so that was right before the video game crash of 83.
Yeah.
83 was when games just.
I loved how ET was thought like because I remember there was for a long time the rumor that they took all the extra ET cartridges and then just buried them out.
I wasn't a rumor. That happened.
Well, it was a rumor, but it was only rediscovered a few years ago.
Yeah, and they sold off all the cartridges.
And I'm sure it went for stupid money too, for
did.
the historical reasons.
Larry Herb, Xbox Live's Major Nelson, bought one.
I have no idea who that is.
He's a video game guy for Xbox.
Yeah, he's
That's-
like one of the heads of like Xbox or
Like
something.
their community or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a lot bigger like way back in the day. Now he's
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of like a
Back when
dude.
like 360 was huge, like that was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, it's Major Nelson. Like,
Yeah.
he's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now it's just like, all right, cool, neat, whatever, you know.
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah.
How much did those ET cartridges go for?
I don't remember. I think each person got like different amounts. But
Find that.
yeah, because then I guess he came up for the 2600 because then video games crashed in '83, and then Nintendo brought it back in '85 with the NES. Which also, fun fact, they did not market the NES as a video game system. It was marketed as an entertainment system.
The unearthed ET cartridges. I found an article where one of them went for $108,000.
Shitting me.
$108,000.
So one of the discovered unearthed ET cartridges went for $108,000. You said?
Just get a
Six
reproduction
figures.
cartridge
Jesus
at that point.
Christ. Why?
Because it came from the burial.
It's
But
a
it's
piece
shit.
of gaming history. Some people pay top dollar for
It's
that.
it's a terrible game.
But it's like digging up a mummy from Egypt. Like
No, it's not.
It's-
dipping
it's-
up a mummy from Egypt is to have a way bigger piece of human history than a video game.
It's a big. Listen. There's different values for different people for certain parts. Of
Oh my
what someone's
God.
willing to buy. It's essentially art. All art's subjective. Like you could look at the Mona Lisa and you could look at something I drew, and somebody might buy my crap for a stupid amount of money.
Yeah, your mother would. That'd be the only person. Your mom would be like,
Excuse
"Go,
you.
Brian."
Don't you say anything bad about my mother?
That's not something bad. She's supportive, but she'd be the only person that supports you. Da-da-da.
What's the difference between a mummy and an unearthed ET cartridge?
Trust me. You're also someone who's on the outside looking in on for video game culture and history. ET are not even just video game culture. That is something that single-handedly destroyed an industry. That is known for being the reason why a industry failed and just completely went for 2 years is because of that. So having that later, someone was going to pay top dollar for that.
All right, I'm sold. $108,000.
I'm not saying I'd spend that.
I'll
but
take two, please.
you don't have fuck you money like that person does.
I can sell my car and my kidney and my other kidney.
Still not going to get you enough.
How much do you think you get for the turd?
$5 and a handshake.
Does it run? $500. The junkyard
That
will
much?
the junkyard will buy your car for $500 if it runs.
No, they won't buy mine because half of it's missing. If they buy it for scrap and to part it out, it's not worth it for them.
That's true. you got the old school Fred Flintstone floor of that car.
And most junkyards, you usually get around $100 and $200 for like an econo-sized car. So scrapping a car is not. It's just a terrible thing to do. Part it out or sell it to someone that'll keep it alive. Just like ET video games, keep these shitty things alive for generations to come.
All right, real talk. What is the worst game you have ever played? Not like you spent 5 seconds playing Superman 64. What is like the worst game you really put time into?
Worst game I ever put time into. I mean, are you talking about completed?
You could have completed it.
I did not complete.
I want
Glover.
like at least 2 hours you put into.
I got to think about that because I played some really crappy games over the years, but Glover was definitely good. So Glover was a disappointment because I didn't play Glover until I was an adult.
Glover was I played it as a kid.
Oh no, I played it as an adult,
put
and
a
I
lot
just
of
saw
time into
like
it. It's just,
it looked like a
I
classic
still want to love
Nintendo
it.
64.
I still want to love it. I will go back every now and then.
It looked
trying to love that game. It's just not going to happen.
It looked like a classic Nintendo 64 game platformer that I never played, so I was excited to do that. Also, Quest 64 was garbage. Hated that.
Yeah, that was not good.
Apparently, a lot of people liked it, so there must have been something I'm missing.
They had a really good Game Boy version that I used to play a lot. The main character's name was Brian on the Game Boy. It's called Brian's Quest.
Well, it's like they made it for me.
I know. That's what I thought.
Really crappy game.
Bob, what's the worst game? you've put at least 2 hours into.
So it's a really like niche game that I don't think anyone ever played, but it was a PS2 game. It was Stuntman Ignition.
I think I've heard of that.
I played the first Stuntman. It was awesome. Basically, you are the stunt driver, and you're hired by this movie house, and you have to complete all these different challenges. And it's like, oh, get close to this car without hitting it. Do this, do that, and like at the end of the level, you get a full montage of what the movie scene looked like, and all like the glorious early PS2 graphics and all that kind of stuff.
Polygons on polygons
Oh
on
my
polygons.
God. Like Lara Croft Tomb Raider, like triangle boobs
Oh, fantastic.
on a PS2.
Oh, they're my
it
favorite.
was magical. But Stuntman Ignition, I was so pumped for it because I'm like, oh my God, I love the first one. I'm gonna play the second one, and it's gonna be even better because like there was this whole you can create your own stunts and do all this other stuff. Stuntman Ignition comes out, and it was dog shit. They took all of they took all the great stuff in the first one, and they're just like, we don't need this anymore. It was like
a bummer.
It was all like a time trial thing, and now you're racing other people, and like
Right.
it turned this really cool concept of a video game into it's like a generic like the driving missions in GTA. You have to go from here to there, and they don't really care what you do.
Yeah, just fucking play the game, you nerd.
Exactly. They're literally just like, well, you bought it, so
Thanks for the money, asshole.
What else you gonna do today, huh?
yeah. Like
Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts.
No, the worst. I played a lot of games, and a good portion of them were crap.
Fucking nerd.
I'd say the game I once played a game, I think for 9 hours straight, and never played it again.
I want the big reveal because I have many questions.
Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe for the Xbox 360. I don't know if I'd say it's the worst game, but that game's bad.
It's just a fighting game.
It's pretty terrible.
How do you fuck up a fighting game?
You could fuck up a fighting game. Have you ever played Clay Fighter 63 and a third?
Holy shit! Yes.
You can fuck up a fighting game.
Wow.
Have
And
you ever played Balls 3D?
I think so.
For
That
the
was also
Super
yeah, every
Nintendo?
But
Have you ever-
you always get like one zinger in every episode.
Have you ever played the original Street Fighter?
No.
Exactly. Why
It's
do you
not great.
Why do you think everyone remembers Street Fighter 2 and nobody remembers
It's not
Street Fighter
great.
1? Because it's not good.
I don't know if I was born yet for it.
It looks nothing like the original Street. It doesn't look anything like Street Fighter 2. Doesn't play anything like Street Fighter 2. It's pretty terrible.
So I just want to go back to Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts for a second because I know people had a shit fit.
That's the reason why I didn't pick that game because I never actually played it past the demo.
But one of my friend's brothers played it, and he's a younger kid, so he doesn't have like the nostalgia that we have of the original Banjo-Kazooie. He loved that game. He thought it was fantastic. Like he loved every little thing about it. I almost wonder if that game wasn't really that bad. It was just people that wanted Banjo-Kazooie.
People wanted Banjo, and they got cars. They got cars.
For me,
to
that sounds great.
build. But like, I can understand that. But if I want to play a game about cars, I'll play a game about cars. I want to play Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Cars in the sense that it was like Banjo-Kazooie and Gran Turismo together.
but I'm
You
saying,
put the
like,
cars together. There were pieces. There were different things that you build.
I
and-
understand that. But if, say, you bought the new Mario game expecting Mario, and instead it's, there's Mario Kart, but instead it's like a game where Mario builds a car and then drives it around to do boring, empty missions.
He loved it, man.
It's not going to be a fun. I mean, I'm sure as a game itself, because I never actually played through the game. I only played the demo, and I was like, this isn't Banjo-Kazooie, so I stopped playing. I just gave up. I was like, this isn't what I wanted.
I often think that enjoying things is almost a lost art these days. I feel like everybody goes into with a critic's mindset. Because, I mean, I know I talked about it a while ago. The Post Malone album, was it Bentleys and Bedknobs and Broomsticks or whatever it's called? But I went into that, like, it broke some sort of Beatles record, which I just couldn't believe that a modern album could beat any sort of Beatles record, being that the Beatles were just so overly advertised and put in your face. by the music
Beatles were the
industry.
first boy band. That's honestly why they were that popular.
For sure. But point being was that I had to listen to this album, and it was just not my cup of tea. But the point being, like, I went into it with like, let me see what this sounds like, rather than just putting it on to enjoy it, if that makes any sense. And I find that a lot of people go into, I don't know, especially you have like these YouTubers, and we're all surrounded by critics. Like, one person puts out an art form, and people are just almost ready to shit on it before it even comes out, unless it's just a complete and utter masterpiece. It's either perfect or poop.
But the thing is, there is no masterpieces anymore for people. For example, like Ocarina of Time has always been a game usually for everybody has been like, this game's great, it's a lot of fun, blah, 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 blah. And then like one day it just started to be the cool thing to say that game sucks, doesn't hold up well, it's terrible, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people say that.
How dare they?
I'd say one of the first big people to do it was Egoraptor. He posted it, he made like this 33-minute video.
Fun fact, I've never actually played that game.
It's a fun one.
There are a lot of like
I definitely
big classic games that I have never played.
Same.
The N64 version's fine. Like, play that. It still holds up really well for me personally. I will say though, the 3DS version, I like it better.
Really?
Yes. Aiming is much better. So
I feel like it's gonna be more modern. Like
yeah, I mean it is modern,
what I
mean? But just because you can like a lot of people will crap on motion controls. But when they're done right, like at like very minimal part of motion controls, it's fine. Like that's why I like a lot for that game, because you could still Z target. You don't have to motion control the entire time. But when you want to do like the little pinpoint accuracy, like it works on the 3DS. Like I like it a lot. So that version, you don't have a 3DS.
Also, I would call Breath of the Wild a masterpiece. I mean, when that came out, I saw 10-star reviews on places that would poop on everything.
Zelda games will get 10-star reviews no matter what.
Yeah, but
Skyward Sword's a perfect example.
I mean, well, Skyward Sword wasn't. I wouldn't call it 10-star.
It was alright.
It was good. No,
but that game got perfect reviews when it came out because it's Zelda. Zelda, when it first comes out.
No, man, I think Breath of the Wild earned it, though. I really think Breath of the Wild earned it.
Breath of the Wild is good, but man, there are some bits that just aren't. For example, Ganon, the story.
The story? I love the story so far.
The ending's pretty garbage.
Again, well, that's not a spoiler. That's an opinion.
It's just a personal opinion. Some people like it. It does nothing. Just nothing for me.
I still think that people just naturally sway to hating towards things and liking them. And in fact, who was it that put out a video? Was it Captain Disillusion? I forget. But it was just like, if you don't like something, give a criticism about it. Don't just shit on its day.
Oh no, like there are things where I'll be like, I'll give legitimate criticism. Like, for example, I'm just burnt out on Assassin's Creed. I'm so bored by it now.
I will say I'm excited for the remake of 3. Assassin's Creed 3, probably one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games.
That was the one that burnt me out. That's the one I gave up on.
Because and a lot of it is like my personal. It's like I love the whole like American Revolution history and that kind of stuff. I don't give two shits about the fucking whatever the other Assassin's Creed games are. I just don't care about that time period.
Yeah,
like that one. It's kind of cool. So I'm just like, you know what?
Oh no,
I can really get into this one.
It is cool, but
like with Ezio and all that.
I was sick of Ezio. Like I played Brotherhood. I tried to get through Brotherhood. Gave up the multiplayers. Fantastic. I will say some of the most underrated multiplayer out there. I'm not huge on like the whole online multiplayer scene, but I will say some of the most underrated multiplayer I've ever played was the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood multiplayer. My God, is that fun?
What is it? How?
It's essentially there's like an area of like a bunch of different kinds of people. So there'll be like there's like priests, there's dancers, there's like travelers, policemen, like a bunch of different kinds of classes of people, and you are one of those classes. You have a target that says like take out this person, watch out for whatever person. You have a meter and an arrow that shows you where your person is. And it gets like a full circle when they're like next to you. And when they're far away, the circle gets smaller but points in the direction of where they are. So like if you're the person I have to take out, but I don't know it's you, the circle will be full, and I'm like, all right, you're somewhere around me. And you can also mingle with people, be part of like a prayer circle, hide in bushes. You could do stuff like that,
pretty
and
cool.
the whole entire thing is just you guys trying to take each other out. And I just
Hi,
remember
Shane.
a super fun thing was like, I was playing with my friends, and there was one time where I was chasing after my friend, and I'm like running after him, and then I turned. I was being chased by my friend. I turned the corner, and then the guy I was trying to kill was right there, but I ran past him, and then my other friend turned around, and then it was Kevin. Kevin finds my friend Brandon and just stabs him in the neck as he turned the corner. He's like, "Got you!" And then I turn back around, went towards him, stab him in the neck, and I'm like, "Ha ha! I was running away, and I'm the victor here." But like, it was just so much fun just to be like, just run around, and it's just to like, all right, who's the person I'm trying to find? Because like, there's like 10 different classes of people, but like all those classes look exactly the same, so you have to try to figure out who's who. And if you stab like a civilian, your person gets like stunned for a moment, so the person you're trying to kill can like stun you for extra points, or like someone who's trying to find you will know that you're like, oh
That's
no,
pretty
I
cool.
did this, and like they'll come and kill you. So it was really cool. So that was a lot of fun. But just the Assassin's Creed game themselves, they all just play of climb building to the top of building, look around for a bit, jump into that haystack. Okay, kill that guy. All right, hold him into your arms, look into his eyes, read him his last rites, touch his face. Okay, do it again.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Don't forget to collect the feathers. Yay. And then going back to the present with Desmond, and I just don't care. Sit in the Adamus, and they're like, oh, remember your ancestors' movements to... I don't care.
Remember when I was saying people that was just like hating on things?
No, but all right, fine. I'll give it a critique if you want me to.
No, I really don't.
Stop
you just gave
making
it.
that
I'm so sick of
part
hearing this.
boring.
Alex
Give
Jones,
me something
Alex Jones,
else to
come on,
do.
Bring it back.
You went from loving that game to hating it.
I love the multiplayer. The multiplayer is fantastic. It's a lot of fun. Story mode at this point, pretty garbage.
Indeed.
Especially Assassin's Creed Origins. Oh, fuck that game.
Foot touch.
High five.
It's adorable. So what did we learn today?
Let's see. I learned that it is really hard to keep energy when you are sitting in a comfy couch.
I can slap you really fucking hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could slap you too.
Maybe it was the
I learned that
Laird's.
cable sucks.
Yes, I learned that mic cable. That's only us that heard that, right? Was that the?
That was everything.
I'm sure
That was everything.
everybody.
That was everybody. Oh,
That was
fan.
Sorry.
everything.
R.I.P. headphone users.
So
like us, yeah.
Bob, what'd you learn?
Matt
today?
got a triple kill.
Just kind of looking back through the notes.
I learned that
learned
this
that-
shit's boring, and I don't remember what we said. No.
So you've been listening to Shootin' the Ship.
Actually, before we go to the ending there, we want to tell you guys about something pretty cool we're doing soon. So
Oh yeah.
2 episodes will be a full year, even though we're past a year of doing the podcast.
We've passed our year, but 52 episodes.
52 episodes will be a full year if we went by weeks of the podcast. And so for our 52nd episode birthday, whatever, we're going to do a little giveaway.
We're going to give you a birthday
Yeah,
present.
we're going to give one of you lucky viewers a present.
We're playing Santa Claus or Jesus rules, where you get the presents on our birthday.
Yeah. So to do this, you have to do 2 things. 2. 1, follow
I
us.
thought you said 2.
2 things. Number 1.
And number 2? Ew.
Snarky douche. Number 1, follow us on Twitch. Please follow us on Twitch for the first part of this. Number 2,
Twitch.tv/Shibby_Shack.
yeah, Shibby_Shack if you're listening for the Twitch.tv/Shibby_Shack. Follow us on Twitch. And our second thing you have to do is be following us on Instagram.
I'm going to win the prize.
So
You're
if you follow us,
ineligible.
you can't. You are ineligible.
I'll just make 2 different accounts. You won't even know it's me.
When we see you with the gift, you'll be like, "Hey, I just got this recently." I'm like,
No, I was
"You
going.
suck."
No, I'll go give it to the person who earned it, And just like pocket.
Me.
Right hand, left hand. All right.
So
Who the hell
follow
is
us,
totally not Spencer? Ah, damn it.
follow us on both Twitch and Instagram, and you will be entered in to win.
But
Hey.
Brian, where can they find us on Instagram?
That's true. You can find us on Instagram at
Shibby Shack Official.
hold on, Shibby Shack Official. That is SHIBBYSHACKOFFICIAL. Shibby Shack Official, all one word.
Can you
us
use
on
it in a
Instagram.
sentence?
You can follow
Follow
us
us.
on Shibby Shack Official on Instagram.
What is the country of origin?
Your mother.
I'm telling.
Whatever you were going to say
So
was going to be
Lenny
your mother.
Lenape, Native American. Got it.
Yes. It's still the United States. So follow us on both. During the episode of 52, which is 2 weeks from now, we will pick the winner of a $25 Amazon gift card. So, if you want that, follow us on Twitch and follow us on Instagram. And for more chances to win, share to other people.
Tell your friends.
We'll have a post on there. If you want an extra chance to win, you could always like that post and tag a couple friends in the comments of
Tag your enemies
of
also.
who you think should also try to win that gift card for you.
Yeah.
You can get more people in and more chances to win. That's how it works.
It's a giant pyramid scheme.
Listen, you get people and they all benefit, and then we reap the profit. You guys just keep watching.
It's totally
You can
not
sell
a
it on-
multi-level marketing ploy.
You could sell it on Facebook to your high school graduating class.
Be sure to message people and say, "Hey, girl, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I have to tell you about this awesome blah blah blah." I saw one of those
All
on
of our
like
snake oil.
the anti-MLM post
Oh,
on
my goodness.
Reddit, and one of them was the best. It was from the girl, and it was like 2003. You're a fucking bitch. I hate you so much. Why would you sleep with my man like that? Just all this stuff ripping on her, and then like yesterday in 2019, hey girl, I know we haven't talked in a while. So
that's amazing.
We should probably start wrapping up. So Bob, you want to do us the outro bit?
Yeah, so you've been listening to Shootin' Shibby. Don't forget, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, as well as Twitch, Shibby, twitch.tv/Shibby_Shack. We're on Instagram as well, Shibby Shack Official on there. Check out the podcast. We're on iTunes, Player.fm, TuneIn Radio, Google Music, literally anywhere you can find a podcast. We're probably there. You can also check us out at our website, shootintheshibby.podbean.com. A special thanks to Bethany at Daleks and Dragons for making the artwork that you see, as well as DJ Quads, who's making our great music that you hear as our intro and our outro music, as well as at Spicy Jams NJ. Give them a follow on Instagram. They've got some of the best damn jam in the Garden State.
Love that.
Courtesy of Kyle, as well as our friends at Full Slice Podcast.
Is this your first time without the card?
Oh no, I've been doing it without the card
Well, then I haven't
because I
noticed.
think the
doing
cards
great.
have been lost or something.
Oh.
They're probably
They're
probably in my basement.
They're
at this
either
point.
in Aretha's Tavern or in the bottom of the red bag that we keep all of our gear in.
Well, I poured that out on the ground after I got all the expensive stuff out, so it's not there. Because I was like, which cables go to what now? And then we got this monstrosity.
You did a good job. It was all set up, and then we had to change things at the very last second.
Yeah, we changed everything for this
Literally
monstrosity.
So, but yay! So for one final time, I'm Bob,
I'm Spencer.
I'm Brian.
and you've been listening to Shootin' the Shibby.
I'm going to take a nap now. It's comfy.
Yes, adore you all of the time. I like to